Hey everyone. There is a bill moving forward in the United States House called H.R. 2864, the Countering CCP Drones Act, and it's something we really need to talk about. This bill, in effect, is aiming to ban the use of DJI drones across the entire United States, a result which I believe to be catastrophic. DJI drones are the industry standard for a reason. Their software is fantastic, their hardware is second to none, and the price point is affordable from everyone who just wants to get into flying drones as a hobby, all the way up to people who want to use it for commercial aspects in agriculture, and those who want to use them for emergency services such as firefighting, law enforcement, and search and rescue. I fly for all of these reasons. Every one of my drones is DJI. Before we go any further, I want to say that I am in no means a fan of the CCP at all. And I can understand the security risks that come with these drones and their software. For everyone who says, why not just buy American drones? American UAV technology for consumer base is not there yet. There's really no competitor to DJI at this moment, whether it comes to the software, hardware, or the price point. Before I purchased my Mavic 3T for search and rescue and farming, I did a lot of research into all sorts of different drones to figure out which one would be the best for me. The DJI Mavic 3T displayed their price point right there on the website with ways to scale it up. It was right around $5,000 if I remember correctly. One of their competitors, an American company that I will not name, but you can probably figure out, I had to send off an email to try and request a quote. I got a call back to schedule another call, and then I spent 30 minutes on the phone talking with them until they finally told me, well, we can maybe look at getting you a quote, and the bare bones model of our drone will be starting around $15,000. That's absurd. These drones were an almost one-for-one comparison on their capabilities, and one was 3 times the price. So naturally, I went with the Mavic 3T. I have used a Mavic 3T on many search and rescue missions. I've used it to fly Overwatch on many, many fires, and I use it almost every single day on my farm to check out my fields, map out my fields, use the thermal to spot for breaks in our irrigation system. I could go on and on of how often I use that drone. If this bill passes and DJI drones are no longer allowed to fly in United States airspace, all the money that tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of Americans have invested in this product would essentially be rendered into an expensive paperweight. The drones that I use to fly and try and rescue people, the drones I've used to rescue people, would be grounded. What course of action would I have then? What course of action would any Americans have to get that money back, if any at all? Even if you don't look at all of the ways these drones are being used by Americans just like me to do good in the world, think about it from a pure financial aspect. How much money of Americans would be rendered essentially wasted with one stroke of the pen? There's been some talk about any drones purchased before this bill being grandfathered in and allowed to remain flying, but the language from everything I've seen is a little wishy-washy. They say that it could lead to the FCC banning these drones from flying using these signals in the United States completely. Not only would this be a huge blow to all of these sectors I mentioned before, hobbyists who just want to get into it for photo and videography, agriculture for using drones for mapping fields or spraying fields, firefighting, using the thermal drones to check out hot spots for wildfires and provide overwatch, law enforcement who uses these drones to apprehend and follow suspects, and search and rescue who use these drones to find missing people. If this bill passes, the results on all of those sectors will be felt by everyone. There are many different ways we can go about protecting our national assets without an outright ban on technology that is used for so much good. If this passes, Americans will need to buy drones that are either way out of their price range, do not work as well, or they will need to build them themselves, which will lead to innumerable safety risks. If this does get banned, I will be looking into building my own drones. Take a wild guess about how much I know about building my own drones and coding software. If this does go through, I will look into building my own, however, because I feel the use of UAVs and search and rescue and firefighting and videography and photography is a very valuable technology that's only going to get proven more and more important as the years go on. I'd much rather use a tried and true product that works and is safe and has many built-in features to keep it safe to me and the public, instead of trying to cobble something together with my small amount of knowledge. So what can we do about this? Contact your congressman, contact your senator. I've already contacted mine. I sent him an email saying, hey, we really need to think hard about this before we outright ban this technology. So contact your senator, contact your congressman, implore them. Don't send them a mass-produced email that's copy and paste. It'll be filed in a paper shredder. You'll get an automated response. Write a calm, well-worded email or give them a call and tell them about the amount of good DJI drones do in the world. How much lives are saved with this, how much time and money is saved with these, how great this is for our economy, and implore them to fight this bill, vote no on it, and seek alternatives to protecting our security. None of this video or message is sponsored by DJI. I am just a very concerned pilot who is terrified of having tens of thousands of dollars in equipment rendered worthless overnight, and the repercussions it will have to many different agencies and industries across our nation. So sorry for short, sweet, and not a really happy, fun video this time around, but this is something we need to fight. This is something we need to speak up against. So join me if you can. Speak out about it. Thank you.